Mr. ThePondBoss, tell me what to do to make all my Lunker Lake dreams come true.
Hello everybody, Bob Lusk, ThePondBoss. I met up with American Sport Fish Hatcheries boat with Dallas Clark, and we electro-fished a lake south of Kansas City in Missouri last week. The temperature when we got there, the water temperature was 79. Should not have been that warm. We did okay, but we could look on the live scope. We could see bukus of fish at 8 to 9 feet deep. We measured the Thermocline. This is pretty cool. Here's some really good stuff. American Sport Fish just bought a YSI meter, one of the expensive, great ones. It's got a 100-foot cable on it. Well, that lake is 65 feet deep. Well, most lakes, especially lakes 25 feet or less, the Thermocline typically sits halfway down. Deeper lakes, it varies somewhat based on how the lake lays and how much current it's got with wind blowing across the lake or along the lake. So we went out and we dropped the probe down at the surface. It was 79 degrees at the surface when we got there. We put the probe over the side of the boat, 79 degrees, dropped it down 5 feet, it was 78 degrees. We dropped it to 10 feet, it was 73 degrees. We dropped it to 15, it was 63 degrees. So we pulled it up at 63 degrees, the oxygen was 3.7 parts per million, which that's just above lower lethal for bass and bluegill. So the bass and bluegill could be in that 63 degree water and still be able to breathe and not suffocate. So we raised it up and we found that the Thermocline in this lake that is 65 feet deep, mind you, in the deepest, the Thermocline sat at about 12 feet and it looked to be about 18 inches thick. Where at 12 feet, the water temperature was 70 degrees, oxygen levels were about 6.5 parts per million, but when we dropped it, it was 63 degrees, 10 degree drop with 3.6 parts per million. Well, we went ahead and dropped it down in increments of 5 feet, all the way to the bottom, and where we were sitting, it was 40 feet deep. The temperature of that water in 40 feet of depth was 50 degrees. Yes, it was. Oxygen was 0.6 parts per million. Pretty interesting stuff. Hey, ThePondBoss magazine, look here. Comes to you in this plastic bag. $35 a year, cheaper than a Friday night date, and it lasts a year. Go to ThePondBoss.com. There's a way to subscribe to it there. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Adios for now.
Hey, Mr. ThePondBoss, tell me what to do to make all my Lunker Lake dreams come true.